Peace reflections. You are over here with Torithia. And I got my whole spaceship with me. Yes, baby. We up early, late night, whenever you catch the video. But you know how I do. I have to creep over here to Earth, baby, because you know they be looking for my spaceship. They was looking for my spaceship after the last video with the illusions, the master illusions. They said, hold on. Hold on, slow down, low down. Pull that motherfucking spaceship over with them drive outs, baby. You think you got away? You think you been over here telling shit on Earth? Did we tell you we don't play that shit to reap you? So you know I've been having a sneak in, sneak out reflection. They been on my ass a little bit, just a little bit, but you know I don't follow the rules yet. You know I was coming back over here for my crew. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me, reflection. You know I love you, baby. So with that being said, hit the like and subscribe button, cause it lets everybody know that I have officially landed and I got my whole crew with me. And if they play reflection, I got a third tank of water in my spaceship. I get off on their ass. So with that being said, reflection, let's get started. Everything in this video is alleged. Everything in this video it's for educational purposes only, baby. You know I roll up and pull before I get over here, so you have to check all my shit. Reflection. You have to check all my information. Yes, I'm from Mars. Anybody tell you they from Mars? Check they shit. Reflection. I'm trying to tell you, especially the east side. Check they shit. Okay, so with that being said, now that I got my disclaimer out of the way, let me turn my music down in my spaceship. What's up, baby? How y'all doing, reflection? You know I missed you. They said, Torithia, where you was last night? Where you was? You was over there. We seen you drop a couple videos, one or two, but where was you? You know we needed our part two of the Masters of Illusion. You heard what I said. Okay, reflection, y'all aggressive. Y'all kind of aggressive. I'm not sure some of y'all ain't from Mars. Some of y'all over here, maybe you get what I'm saying, may drop y'all ass off. Because y'all are aggressive. Y'all got to stop that. Y'all got a little pinch of Anunnaki in you. What's going on? Why y'all so aggressive down here? Okay. So with that being said, reflection, remember everything in this video is alleged. I am just here to present this information. Pick up and do with this information what you need, what you don't. Leave it right here on my spaceship. Reflection, you better leave it right here. You better leave it right here on this spaceship. I ain't playing with your reflection, okay? But make sure whatever you pick up, you definitely go do your own research. Reflection. This is just the piece of the pie. It's just a piece. You got to go and do your own research to get the whole slice, okay? And remember, everything in this video is alleged. I cannot address that enough, okay? Now that I got my disclaimer out the way, you know I have to get that out the way, baby. I have to get that out the way, reflection. Okay. So with that being said, we are here for part two of the Masters of Illusion. Who run the world? Hey, who run the world? We just trying to see who run the world. We just looking. We ain't even finna go in their house. We just peeking outside their windows and shit while they sleep. Reflection when they cut off the light and shit. Me and my crew, we be out there peeking. We be trying to see who run the world. We just be want to know who running Earth right now. Okay. So with that being said, reflection, let's get started. I am not here to waste your time, but make sure you please hit the like and subscribe button because you do not want to miss out on this good tea with tea.
Pittsburgh G20 summit. It's like a bridge.
I know.
Yeah. That's the same thing, how with two bridges coming together.
But isn't there some occult significance to the sun itself?
Oh, of course there is.
Up here.
Of course.
And are we talking about something to do with the Anunnaki as well and their agenda?
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
There is a hidden agenda that's been in operation on this earth for thousands of years. And see, I'm at a disadvantage because I'm trying to explain something to an audience who has not been where I've been and seen what I have, and so I'm having a difficulty trying to legitimize what I'm saying if you haven't seen what I've seen. And so...
Okay, well, that's part of the purpose of the interview. I mean, we are Camelot. We have a lot of background information already on our site, as you know. And so in many ways, the people that are watching this will have seen, they'll have been already educated if they weren't, to begin with.
I understand.
By Camelot, by the other people that have come before you. But I think it's very significant that we're talking now. And I think that what we've touched on here is like, this is the beginning of a revealing that most people are not aware of. And,
Yes.
and obviously, you've got that story, okay?
I'll tell you, no matter how well prepared and how well read you are, I will guarantee you, you've not heard the story.
Okay.
I have a story no one's heard. And I've been looking at it since 67. So we're talking about what, how many years is that? 67 to 2007? That's what, 40 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And when did you actually stumble on the final, like, because I feel like, in a sense, you have the full meaning of it at this stage. I think that perhaps you have that full meaning. So I'm asking you, in a sense, when did you arrive there? How many years ago did you actually get to the full
probably
meaning?
somewhere in the mid-90s, it began to really dawn on me.
Okay, yeah, and dawn has something to do with it.
That's
We're
right.
also talking about, well,
We're
talking
talking
about
an ancient story that has been...
the Golden Dawn. We're talking about the Golden
Absolutely.
Dawn and the
Absolutely.
information there. But what...
Much further back, but Golden Dawn was just one more step in a continuing flow of a particular idea, and as it moves into the last days of the world that we're living in, we are now entering into a new dispensation. I choose that term, dispensation of time, and
All right, Reflection. He said shit, what's really going on? He said the rise of the sun, but the question is, what rise is he talking about? What sun is he talking about? And not only that, Reflection, he's also mentioning that he has a story that nobody never heard before. It sounds like they could have came, I'm not saying that, but it sounds like they could have came and channeled some information into him, could have downloaded some information into his computer. They could have downloaded a little something. Reflection, he said he got a story to tell, and we just here to listen. We are here to listen at what is he talking about, this rising sun. What sun is he really talking about? Reflection, what is this new golden age? What is this? Reflection, hit the like, subscribe button. You over here with Taretha. We're trying to see who run the world.
Okay, what is the term? What are the terms?
the term is the dawn of the new day.
Okay.
And the concept of the dawn of a new day is the sun rising between two mountains. And this goes back to the beginning of Christianity in the 4th century when Constantine codified the religion called Christianity. Christianity is nothing more than, in my opinion, Christianity is the most popular rendition of the ancient cult story. This ancient thing that for thousands of years it's been hidden from people, but the masters of the world, the kings and rulers have all understood. Christianity is telling you the same story, but you don't see it. So people are fixated on Jesus and on his ministry and never for a moment suspect that the entire story is the same ancient story that's been told by so many ancient cultures and is today part of the New World Order, Illuminati, Masonic orders around the earth. The entire superstructure of Western civilization has bought into this most ancient story, never realizing for a moment what they're doing.
Okay, I have some clues along the lines of this, and I have to say, you're really talking about the rise of the sun of Anu,
Exactly.
you're talking about, I don't know if it's Marduk, but it's Orion, the son of Orion. Can you tell me?
Now you're getting close, right?
Okay,
Right.
this is him coming actually to come back to sit on the throne and to rule the world, and so maybe you can sort of start to paint that picture because. Now, is he coming in a craft?
Well,
Is
I
this
don't know.
depicted?
Maybe I would not be a bit surprised if they're already here, just waiting.
Okay,
They don't have to come. They're already here.
All
That's
right.
what Steven Spielberg said
right.
in his War of the Worlds. They're not coming. They're already here.
That's
And
right.
they popped up from out under the street. Symbolically, what Hollywood and Steven Spielberg are saying, they're right under your feet. They're right under the
Well,
city.
according to Bob Dean, they're walking the halls of the Pentagon.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Yeah.
So we certainly have.
All right, Reflection, hit the like and subscribe button. Everything over here is alleged. They trying to say Marduk. Who let Marduk out? Who who did it? Reflection. They said that he got the son too. Who allegedly? That's what they said. I didn't even say it. I don't know nothing about his spaceship. I don't even know if it say Marduk in black and gold on the side. I don't even know. I don't even know about a Mar or a Duke Reflection. But I heard about that son. I did hear about. I heard some on Mars about the son. I heard he was waking. I don't even know though. I'm trying to figure out whose son, because you know what's a lot of them. Whose son are they talking about? The main one? Who are they talking about? Reflection? Because I done rolled up and pulled up, and I'm not sure. I need y'all help. Let me know who is Marduk and who are they talking about? Who is the rise of the sun? He bringing company. He got a son. Reflection. What's going on? I just want to know who running the world. What's going on? What are they talking about? Hit the like and subscribe button. You over here with T. Everything is alleged. Make sure you check this information.
That he will like. So Virgil, in one of his poems called Aeneid, wrote about the time when there would come a great world ruler in the seat of Caesar. But this ruler would be awesome in power, to be far more than any man could ever be. And that time when he would come, the sun would rise on a Novus Ordo Seclorum, a new world order. And when that one comes, it would be the beginning of a whole new civilization. And the term that Virgil used in Latin was Novus Ordo Seclorum, a new order of the world. Now, when you get into this subject, which now you have to get to the Hebrew and Jewish religion, where Judaism comes from, where Christianity comes from, where Islam actually comes from, and trace back like Zachariah Sitchin has done for us. And he's not the only one. There are many who have written on this subject of the ancient world and the symbols and words and terms and theologies that's come down to us for thousands of years. There's just so much we could talk about that without pictures, without the ability to show the audience what I'm talking about, it's a little difficult. But
he said, listen, my forehead already big as a motherfucker. I ain't trying, you see, I'm trying to tip around this good classified information. I can't just tell you everything about the rising sun, because if I do, my forehead gonna rise just like the sun. I can tell you a pinch. I can tell you a little something, but Joy said he can't tell you everything. He can't do that. He been holding on this information for a long time. They told him, shh, tell him a little bit. Tell him a little pinch now. Don't tell him too much. It's your forehead, all right? Do you want... oh, really? You want to be called Jordan? Do you still want your name to be Jordan? Because we can change it to Joshua. We can give you a 10, allegedly, and change you to Joshua. Is that what you want? Just let us know. Just say it again. Say it again. You better tip around this fucking information. I know that. I know that. You better not say too much. You better give them a little pinch. You better not give them the whole slice. I think that's probably why he's tipping around the information. Reflection. But he is alleging that it's going to be the rise of the sun. Reflection. It's going to be a rise of this sun. And not only that, Reflection, this isn't anything new. I keep telling you, nothing is new listen at me, nothing is new under the sun. Reflection, under the sun. And they keep saying that the sun is going to rise. What does that mean? When everything is in the darkness and everything comes to the light, the sun has rose in. Reflection, the truth is coming. Reflection, what do you think they're talking about? The truth can be a lot of different things, okay? But not only that, this isn't anything new. The ancient people, the people that were native to this land, Reflection, they all knew about this rising sun. They all knew about it. Why do you think you see the sun depicted in so many pictures and artworks, and even did with politicians, musicians? Reflection, it doesn't stop there. Even with logos, you can go to the fucking grocery store. You can go, I keep saying this for a reason, you can go to the grocery store, you can go buy you a car. Reflection, you can go get a job. Look at these logos. Reflection, don't just fill out the application and shit. Look at it. Reflection, allegedly, I don't know, maybe it's coincidence. Hit the like, subscribe button. You over here with T. I done rolled up now. I told you, yes I did.
Who is a son.
right.
And he's basically going to take control of the world.
Of the whole earth.
Yeah.
and the destiny of the human family, period.
Okay. And do you know where that destiny is headed? In other words, what is unique about this son and his proclivities, his point of view, where he's coming from that's different from what we've had before?
I think that the agenda of this one who is to come is to mutate the human race. I believe that is what is is the agenda, is to mutate the human race, not necessarily evolution, though I believe that evolution has its place in the world. I think that there are things which do evolve, and I'm not talking about man coming from monkeys. I'm not, because obviously man did not come from monkeys. Man is evolving into monkeys. And so that's the problem. But there is a place for evolution, but that's not what I'm talking about. This ancient story coming from the ancient and prehistoric world has dominated all the cultures of the world. What that implies, I believe, is there's going to be some kind of a mutation of the human race.
Okay, Reflection. Remember, everything over here is alleged. This is his opinion. He just trying to tell you what he think of that big ass forehead. He was trying to tell you, Reflection, what he think is gonna happen. Okay, everything over here is alleged. Pick up what you need to off my spaceship and go run with it, Reflection, and go do your own information. I'm just trying to open the door. I'm not trying to push you through the threshold. That's not what I'm even trying to do, baby. You can stay right there at the door, and I can just give you this little pinch of information. Okay. Now with that, don't come in because smoke gonna hit you in your face and shit, Reflection. Okay, so hit the like and subscribe. But you over here with T, you up here with my crew, and this is how we do. I present my information in a certain type of way because we trying to last long, baby. We trying to last long like the now Mississippi River. Okay. Now with that being said, he said throughout history, throughout these different religions, throughout these different cultures, they all depict the sun, Reflection. They all put a high degree on the sun. Now not only that, Reflection, back when, if you had twins, Reflection, especially in the Egyptian times, if you had twins, Reflection, that was considered a blessing from the Most High, or whatever you believe in, the supreme being, whatever. Twins was very significant. It was almost like a gift, Reflection. Even if you will notice in certain movies, they always put a lot on twins. Okay, they put a lot on twins. Even in the music industry, twins are pushed up a little bit more than the rest, and there's a reason for that. Allegedly, I think so, but I'm not sure because I just pulled up. I don't even know, but I think so. Let's listen.
Twin things, twin churches, twin towers. That's why that whole thing about the New York Twin Towers, that is in your face if you understand the symbolism of twin towers. And the Roman Empire and the Grecian Empire and Sumeria, Babylonia, especially in Egypt, they always had two obelisks. Yes. They always had the two towers, always. So there is a very powerful significance to the concept of twin towers. Very important symbolism.
Okay. So we've got twins, and we've got basically Gemini. And how does that work in, are we talking about, I don't know, when this so-called God was born? Are we talking about, the constellation under which he, or
I think it will probably be when he comes into power. This will be his symbol. His symbol will be the sun rising between the mountains of the east. Zecharia Sitchin talks about that. Many of the books on the ancient Middle Eastern religions have pictures of Shamash, the Hebrew god Shamash, meaning the sun, rising between the mountains of the east. That goes all the way back to the cuneiform pictures, on the clay pictures from Sumeria and Babylonia, or from Iraq. Pictures of the god rising between two mountains.
It's something about them Geminis and Libras. I know y'all said fuck the zodiac, ain't none of that shit real, but I keep telling you, if you keep saying fuck the zodiac, you missing the key. You missing a key because they know you said fuck the zodiac reflection. They know you said ain't none of this shit real. No astro sign, no Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Virgo, or fucking Scorpion, baby. Sagittarius, either. I don't believe in none of that shit. I don't even know who made it up with reflection. You might want to go back. You might want to go back because they know you said that. They know that. Remember, it's only magic if you can hide it in plain sight. Now, what my question is now, I ain't saying nothing, but what is going on with the sign of Gemini, the twins, and Libra? Balance me out. Let me know what. Why do they use that symbolism? Why do they use that symbolism so much, reflection? Why do they use that symbolism so much?
The Nazis were big on this subject and using the symbol and the term that I'm talking about, the symbol between the mountains of the East. England, and interesting about this is England has always had a fixation on Egypt. England's big on Egypt. And go to the British Museum and all these different museums. The English were always big on Egypt. But the Germans were not. The Germans were always big on Iraq. That's what Germany was interested in, Babylon. And the reason why, I think, is because the Nazis and the German people in general, or at least the intelligentsia of the German establishment, realized this story that I'm trying to explain has to do with Babylon, it has to do with Iraq, and I believe that may be one of the reasons why the U.S. is in Iraq today.
Absolutely.
It has something to do with and I know this is true because I can prove that the symbols which are being used by the U.S. government today in Iraq is exactly the same symbols that I was telling you about that comes from the Anunnaki, from the Phoenician Canaanites, the Syrians.
Oh, shit. Oh, reflection. Who stole it? Who stole it, reflection? Let us know. Let us know who stole they shit. Why does everything keep coming back to the Anunnaki? I want to know, reflection, what is up with the Anunnaki? Every time you get talking about the sun, the Anunnaki pop up. Is it a connection? I just want to know, is it a connection there, reflection? Now, not only their reflection, they also said it was a little connection with Mars and the Anunnaki. I don't know. Now, listen, I'm not saying I seen one or two of them over there. I'm not even saying that, reflection, because, I can't come and tell Mars classified information. I can't do that. Young money, baby. We don't care. I can't do that, reflection, trying to have shit. I come over here. Next time, you ain't going to even recognize who the fuck I am. You ain't going to know what I look like. You're going to be like, that can't be T. I'll be like, this T. You're going to be like, that ain't T, baby, reflection. My forehead and everything gonna be the change. My forehead gonna be the got smaller, head been the got wider, body the got wider. See, you can't do that. You can't go over there and tell Mars business over here on Earth. But I think it's a little connection. I ain't saying I sent a little spaceship over there that look like an Anunnaki mothership, but I am saying I think it's a little connection. I think it's a little pinch.
Positioning of the Great Pyramid and the significance with the association with Mars, and then of course we're talking about Babylon, and Babylon and Mars are symbols for the same thing, isn't this right? And the Whore of Babylon, and there's something going on there. And
that's right.
Maybe
that's what I'm talking about.
Talk about that a little bit, about Mars and the significance with the Anunnaki and where that might be leading.
And the very word Cairo, as you probably know, Cairo means Mars.
Exactly.
It's
so
another word for Mars.
What
is
is
Cairo.
going on with that?
Yeah. That is a subject which Richard is probably better suited to talk about than I, because I really haven't looked at Mars over and above the general kind of stuff he talks about. But yeah, I totally believe for myself that Mars is inhabited. And I do believe that there's probably humans like us there. What was his name? Quite a long time ago, I had a long conversation in Mesa, Arizona with Virgil Armstrong Postlethwaite. Virgil Armstrong and I sat in a restaurant in Mesa, Arizona many years ago and talked about the people who were on Mars. And Virgil was the guy, from what I gather, was the man who came up with the idea. He was a military CIA operative, and he's the guy that came up with the idea for Green Berets. That was his idea, Green Beret, and he worked with the CIA. And so I loved sitting and talking with Virgil Armstrong. But he brought out about how, in that conversation, how there were many thousands of people or more like us, humans like us, on Mars at that time. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
What year was this that you were talking about?
This was probably 50, that was probably 80, mid-80s.
Amazing.
I would say 85, 86, 87, something like that.
Okay, well that does dovetail also with our experience with our witness Henry Deacon, Arthur Neumann.
You think that's who Lil Durk was talking about, Reflection? You remember in that song when he was like, oh, what happened to Virgil? Was that who he was talking about? Was he talking about Virgil? They said, Tariq, that's not what he said. I thought that's what he said in the song. He was like, what happened to Virgil? What happened to Virgil? Reflection. I'm good for messing up a song over here on Earth. I think that's what he was talking about. You don't think so? He was talking about something else, Reflection. Oh, okay. Because it seemed like Virgil was telling a whole lot of shit what's really going on. What is going on with the connection and the symbolism of Mars and the baby lion? What happened, Reflection? Why is all these why is this symbolism connecting? Now, you know I ain't never played Connect the Dots, but damn it, I know when tic-tac-toe equal 4, Reflection. I know that. I know that we played it on Mars. I know that.
Somebody who's coming after him.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
But again, I would say it all boils down to one thing in my mind, that the human race on the earth is being prepared slowly but surely in a scientific method being applied to the human race to mutate the human race, to change us from being what we are today to a creature that the gods have in mind mutating again. Because if the Bible is correct, and if Zecharia Sitchin is correct, and all the other writers on the subject are correct.
This is a real detective story. This is a real detective story here. I'm on the edge of my seat thinking, wow, this is, are we talking about the return of the Anunnaki? Is this connected with the Christian myth of the Second Coming?
That's right.
Is that,
Not this particular video is not really for, people who are just coming to the subject. This actually is for people who have
a cursory understanding of all
and
this.
do understand and have possibly read Sitchin's work, for example, and are up to speed with even David Icke's work and our work.
Right.
And who may have been following you for many years, because in recent interviews, for example, on Coast to Coast, for example, you've hinted heavily that there are things which you're not ready to say yet.
Yes.
And a lot of people will be watching this, wondering whether this is the time when you've chosen.
Well, that's true, yeah.
What we have established here is that there's a very predominant symbol, and you've talked about how it's permeated every aspect
Absolutely.
of life and religion, and that
Absolutely.
people are not really up to speed on what it really means
That's right.
for the human race. And this is sort of a stunning revelation for many people that are listening to this. But I would like to say what we are seeing right now is a rollout of an Illuminati agenda that involves population reduction. And what I'm curious is whether or not you can talk about how this agenda to do with the sun coming to the throne of the world, if indeed this transpires, the creation of a new race of humans,
Right.
and how population reduction folds into that.
Well, I think if you're going to have a whole new race of humans, they are culture. That's why we refer to different races of people as cultures. And culture is something under a microscope, it's like a bacteria. And so that's what we are on the earth. We are a culture. And somebody has actually put us here as a culture, and that's watching us grow. And we have become a disease, because we're killing everything in our path. And so I think that whoever it is that has created us, had created us, I believe, possibly already knew that in the far future, once this race is finally brought up to speed and
What's really going on? Reflection. Hit the like and subscribe button. Remember, everything of this is alleged. We're just trying to see who running the fucking world. Reflection, because they may need to know the sun is rising in this. I'm just here to let them know the sun is rising. That's what they said over there on Mars. Get your shit, get your overnight bag, pack your shit up just in case. Because I heard he is a jealous son. I heard he may kick your ass on to the left, to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. Reflection. That's just what I heard. But not only that, reflection, we all know that Hollywood like to put shit in movies. Allegedly, we be seeing a lot of symbolism in movies. We be like, damn, are y'all preparing us for something? Because I seen this before. I seen this in a movie. Yes, I did. I seen this in The Matrix too. I seen that. Reflection. Okay, now we all remember the movie Stargate. Some people here, you probably don't remember. I half the way remember, but I remember what it was about. It came out, reflection, before I was even born. But with that being said, if you go back and you look at that movie, I think it's a movie or a TV series, reflection, they were talking a lot about this particular portal. And these beings that were coming through the portal. Now, I'm not saying that this movie had a little pinch of truth in it, but I am saying that there is a hell of a coincidence that they put this shit in the movies, and now we are seeing this shit literally play out in front of us. We hearing about portals, shit coming through the sky, all type of shit. What's going on in the mall in Miami? Or was it all just a plot? Was it all a movie? Was it all just to prepare you for something greater? What was it, reflection? Because I'm not sure, because I done rolled up and pulled up. I'm just trying to bring you to the door. I'm not even pushing you in. You ain't even got to come in the door. I can just, you get what I'm saying, we can pass it through the threshold. Yes.
Since the U.S. is never, I mean, it's been my theory that the U.S. is never going to leave Iraq, because basically they have to man that Stargate. They have to have control of that Stargate, which is where it is said the Anunnaki will return, through that Stargate. Have you heard that theory?
well, yeah, I have, absolutely. And one of my favorite speakers on that subject is William Henry. And William and I have been around the world together and went to Egypt together. We talked a long time about Stargates. I understand the story. I didn't say anything about Stargates. That's William Henry's work that influenced me in that direction. But I am aware that Hollywood is talking about Stargates. They're making movies about it. And I did a lecture series with Al Bielek and Preston Nichols. I did two weekend seminars in which the three of us spoke together back in Philadelphia, and I had some time to sit and talk with Preston Nichols. And incidentally, I am highly impressed with Preston Nichols.
Okay.
You have to be highly impressed with that man when you sit and talk with him.
Okay.
Because he is a very, very interesting man. Got a lot of very good information on the kind of thing I'm talking about in private with him, and he was enlightening me to some of the things I'm seeing and saying.
But he's heavily involved in the Montauk story.
Absolutely.
And the Philadelphia experiment being
Right.
the early precursor of that, and then also time travel,
Exactly.
which is where Montauk was headed, and then you get into the Stargates and
Right.
so on. And this has something to do with letting in. Now I'm theorizing here, so I want you to help me. But my understanding with the Montauk project was that there were some openings made in not just the timeline, but also in space, so to speak, where certain races were able to come in through an open door, basically, that was created by the Montauk project. And I'm wondering if that has to do with the genetic engineering of our planet, such that they were coming in to do a job.
Well, yeah, I think all of that has some validity. I don't know that much about the Stargate itself concept. I understand it, but I mean, that's not my subject, but it plays into my subject as part of it, and it must be important.
Okay, reflection. So
the U.S. is
they're just trying to figure out what is really going on. They're trying to figure out what's going on with these portals, these stargates. Was this all just a movie? Was they trying to tell us some 30, 40, 50, 60? How long was the movie made ago? I don't remember. It's just an old-ass little movie, though. It's an old-ass movie. When I see the computers in the movie, I said, damn, it's an old-ass little movie. But it's good, though, reflection. Got some good information in there. Sometimes you got to go look in the past to understand what is really happening in the future. You got to know, reflection. You have to know. Now, not only that, Jordan Maxwell, this is the speaker in this particular video. You can definitely go do your own research on him, reflection. He talks a lot. As you can see, he been studying this subject for a very long time now. Okay. He been protecting his forehead and shit for a very long time. So not only that, reflection, he said that he also had an encounter with a particular extraterrestrial being when he was younger. Let's listen at that. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button because it lets everyone know that we over here trying to figure out who ruled the world.
You could see there were disc shape, and it looked and appeared like it was like a pie cut in 6 or 8 slices, and each slice was a different color. And what I remember distinctly is each color was like a laser color, vibrant orange, vibrant pink, very vibrant colors, 6 or 8 colors on each one, and they were circulating, not so fast as to blend the color, but circulating. And they were beautiful, and they were about the size that the full moon appears. So they're not little lights, full moon size, 3. And I'm standing there looking at these gorgeous, beautiful, vibrant color things spinning in colors and no sound. And I was absolutely mesmerized. I was enthralled by seeing this gorgeous, beautiful display. And I looked at him, and he's looking at me. And he says, "They're pretty, aren't they?" And I said, "Yes, they're beautiful." And then he looks up and talks to me. He said, "They told me to tell you that they're going now, but they'll see you later." And they did. They started moving, and they went out north. And afterwards, we went back in, and I said, "What did I just see tonight?" And he said, "That was us. We've been here for a long time. You just didn't know it." And he said, "We picked you a long time ago when you were a small child. We have something for you to do." And I said, I'm not understanding exactly. He said, "You don't have to. We will let you know what it is you're supposed to do later on in life." He said, "But just go on with your life. Don't worry about it. Whatever you're supposed to learn, we'll see to it that you learn. And when it is time for you to do what we have for you to do, you'll know. We'll let you know." And after that, I would go over there on the weekends to visit him and the mother and the 2 girls. And we would go out to the desert sometimes and go way out in the desert. And the girls with their mother would go for a walk, and he and I would walk in the desert. And he would tell me about all the different alien life forms that are out there, where they have come from, the ones that are here. And he told me, "You have enemies here. You have some very powerful enemies here from other places that have come, and they know who you are, and they know what you're going to do. So just be careful in your life, but we'll protect you." I didn't know what he was talking about. And then one day I went over to the house one morning, and the house was totally open, and they're gone. Everything was packed and gone, and the girl never told me she was leaving. They never come to tell me anything. They were just gone. Now that I look back on that experience, I feel very secure in saying that he knew what he was doing. He said, "I'm starting you on your journey," and he did.
Okay, reflection. What do you think about that? All this is alleged. We just here to hear his fucking story. He said that an extraterrestrial came and visited him when he was a little tiny tot. Reflection. They said, "Listen, we've been allegedly. You remember the project? What was it? Reflection. Was it Project Bluebird, some shit like that? Blue Lollipop, something like that. Reflection. Go do your own research. Where they had made an agreement allegedly with these extraterrestrial beings. Go do your own research because it's just what I heard and I rolled up. These extraterrestrial beings, reflection, and they were coming abducting people, allegedly, reflection, impregnating their ass and sending their ass back on down here. Well, the reflection, and you got to think that was years and years and years ago. This was going on in the 50s, reflection. My question is, what do you think those children are that they was impregnating them with, reflection? You think they took them back to Mars and shit? Where are they, reflection? Or is it sometime are we seeing a product of these people right in front of us? I don't know, reflection. Maybe I done rolled up too much. I'm just saying he said that they chose him a long time ago. Now I read about Project Bluebird, Blue Lollipop, Blue Beam, some shit, Blue something reflection. Go check it out. I read about it and it said that they was abducting them people, impregnating them, and sending them back down. But they never said what happened to them children. They never told us. Reflection, I want to know. I want to know. I just want to know. Hurry up. Somebody better hurry up and tell me before I go to Mars. I need to know where they at.
Do you have any idea? In other words, do you think he was Anunnaki? Do you think he was Nordic? Do you think he was Plejaren? Do you have any idea?
No, not really. Because he appeared to be an extraordinarily ordinary looking guy. Just an ordinary guy you would meet. But when I was in his presence, it was monstrous, the feeling. I knew this is not a normal man.
Did his children have a different aura or a different feeling about them?
No. No, they seemed to be very ordinary. The mother.
But didn't you tell me just recently, and I correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you were out in the desert.
Yeah.
And you had something happen out there.
Oh,
very
yeah.
recently.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No. But that's a different story.
Well, is it completely different? Is it possible that there was some kind of...
Well, no, you're right. You're right. There could very well be some kind of a connection with what happened to me just a few years ago and that original incident back in 1959. Yes, that is very, very possible. That was another extraordinary experience. I've had 36 what I call peak experiences. I mean, monstrous experiences. That was merely one. But yes, I've had some very interesting and emotionally drenching experiences out on the deserts of Nevada. One thing I will tell you, which is just my opinion, I am totally convinced for myself that at Area 51, that base we call Area 51, there is no doubt in my mind that there is extraterrestrial life forms there.
All right, reflection. He said he think he know. He said you're not gonna convince him ain't no extraterrestrials out there now. He said he feel I got that feeling. He got that feeling it's an extraterrestrial somewhere out there in Area 51, 55, 54, 53. One of those areas. He said it's in between there somewhere. He think it's an extraterrestrial. That's where he thinks, reflection.
No, because of what I personally seen and experienced when I was at Rachel. I've had too many strange things happen to me that were otherworldly, in your face, like one-on-one. And so there's no doubt in my mind that what I experienced out there, we had an alien come in the mobile home. My friend Paul Tice and my lady friend from Hawaii, Ivy, all three of us, an alien came in the bedroom. So there's no doubt in my mind, there's something really off the wall going on out there at Area 51 that we are not aware of. But I've
hit the like and subscribe, but remember, everything over here is alleged is just what we heard, reflection. Now, we all heard about Area 51. If you haven't, go do your own research. Definitely go check out the Area 51, 52, and 53. Somewhere in between that, reflection. I think so, okay? Now, not only that, reflection, these particular beings, he is saying they already been here. Shit, they been here since he was a little tiny tot, reflection. What is really going on? Why are we just now hearing about this? Is this shit all a conspiracy theory? Did he bump his head, reflection, like Humpty Dumpty? What happened to Virgil?
Then that means that the U.S. government is in league with extraterrestrials, because what I saw is extraterrestrial in origin. So, and what I've experienced.
That's very, very valuable to hear you say that. Can you talk about the possibility that of what these humans that are being created, what their destiny might be? In other words, you say they might not have feelings, et cetera, et cetera. And do you feel that perhaps, I mean, this is working in with your sort of destiny that they were talking about? Because these subjects we're talking about right here and now, I actually went to Egypt with you and William Henry in that group I did have a short interview with you at that time. You weren't willing to talk about that then. I think that now you're much more willing. This message that you have seems to be culminating in this, in what you're saying, in this symbol that you know we talked about at the beginning of this interview. Is it possible that this is going to be the message, the unfolding of what you know?
I think my feeling is that the reason why I'm here doing what I'm doing is because of this mutation which is being foisted on the human race. It's being forced on the human race, this change that the masters of the universe, so to speak, have in mind for the human race is being foisted on us. And I believe, again, just my opinion, that's my part in this cosmic scheme or this cosmic play is.
Okay, Reflection. So hit the like and subscribe button. Remember, everything over here is alleged. We just came over here to try to see who ruled the world. What happened to Virgil? Hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time.